Natalie from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Monday, December 27th. So today is relatively a quiet day in the cosmos compared to all the other days of the week. We have the moon in Libra really trying to lighten the mood, lighten the vibe, find our footing, find peace, find harmony, find love, find joy, find pleasure. We're definitely in the right emotional and mental space in order to pluck out the silver linings from some of the not so nice experiences that we've been having and really just kind of align with the higher vibe of gratitude and appreciation than, of course, the negative vibe of fear and anticipation of the worst. So there are 7 different aspects taking place here today. 6 of them involve the moon, starting with the moon in Libra opposing, sitting across from Chiron, who is now direct in Aries. So this is likely going to kind of activate us, kind of make us a little bit vulnerable because we're trying to think positively, but we're a little bit insecure. What if it doesn't work? What if we don't get the outcome that we want? What if things don't get better? Now, again, the moon in Libra, we're trying to stay positive, especially in our mental plane and our heart space. But there are indicators in our physical realm right now that are acting as triggers in order to, again, keep us paralyzed in these lower vibrational frequencies. Because the moon is kind of squaring off with Chiron, which of course is the wounded healer who is exposing to us our ego and identity wounds, who is showing us our inner spiritual warrior and all the wisdom and the higher spiritual understandings in which we've had to learn and accumulate over the last 5 months. We're definitely being activated in our physical realms to walk the walk and talk the talk. And for the most part, we are trying to stay in high vibe. And I will say that we are trying to stay in high vibe. We have a lot of positive aspects keeping us in that high vibe. But Lord Jesus knows we are going to be activated in our physical realms in order to bust that high vibe back down to the lower frequencies. Now, we get a little bit of a good luck charm here because just after we bump into Chiron and we're kind of like exposing our wounds and we're feeling insecure and we're doubting ourselves, we're really kind of having those not so nice thoughts and feelings arise for our awareness. The moon in Libra sextiles Mars. And Mars is in Sagittarius energy. Mars right now is spiritually motivated, is philosophically kind of orientated to take action, to align with the new dreams and the new visions and the new mission and the new purpose that we're being inspired to kind of pursue. So the moon in Libra, after this little run-in with Chiron, kind of down on ourselves, doubting ourselves, this is like a huge boss up energy. It's like, no, you know what? I'm putting my foot down. I'm going to make a small ass move, which is actually a big ass move in my life right now, to show that, you know what? I'm not going to sit in insecurities. I'm not going to sit in doubts. I'm not going to let these lower vibrational frequencies take me over. I'm going to make a positive step in the right direction to align with the new direction that I know I'm being inspired to actually pursue and to actually take. Now, the moon bumps into Uranus in not the most pleasant way. Let me tell you, this is more of a disruption in our physical realm. So it's not really an activator. It's like maybe our plans aren't working out the way that we wanted to. Or maybe some new information comes in that totally changes our perspective, changes our mindset. Maybe, there's a disruption in our realms that just sway us off of the positive game that we were getting so hyped up to pursue. This tends to, yes, disrupt us, yes, throw us off our game, but it also tends to kind of fog up our mental plane a little bit. Creates a lot of confusion, a lot of chaos. We're questioning ourselves. Again, we're kind of dabbling in the doubts and the insecurities of it all. But it's not going to last for long because literally like 40 minutes later, the moon goes ahead and trines with Saturn. So a trine is a good energy. It's a blending of energy. And Saturn, of course, the Lord of Karma, ruling over, systems and structures and foundations and our roles and responsibilities in life. This is like, you know what, babe, you got this. Okay. Don't fall victim to this bullshit. Don't let this outside world sway you off your game. Don't let these trivial earthly situations, totally bring down your vibe. You got this. This is an emotional boss up of rebalancing ourselves after having an activator, a trigger, a disruption in our physical lives. Saturn, wants to show us where it is that we got this. Don't worry about it. You got this. You've been through worse. You've handled, worse before. You have, thrived in chaos before. You have thrived in challenge before. Don't worry about it. You got this. So just as we get this little pep talk, this little boss up from Saturn, Venus, who is retrograde in Capricorn, is going to semi-square Mars. So this is interesting because Venus and Mars, Venus is the feminine divine, masculine divine coming out of this Mars energy. They spend an eternity chasing one another throughout the cosmos, only truly connecting and aligning with each other very, very few times in the cosmos. We actually have a beautiful aspect when they enter into Aquarius at a 0 degree with one another early on in 2022. When Venus and Mars get together, this is very much an opportunity for us to see where it is that the feminine energy, of course, needs us to connect to our emotion, our intuition. And Venus is in a retrograde in Capricorn right now, really kind of reevaluating, reanalyzing our own worth, our own values, what it is that makes us happy, what it is that brings us joy, where it is that we've been connected to old systems, routines, patterns, relationships that are not encouraging to us, not helping us grow. The Venus energy is very much tapping into the dark feminine right now. And again, talked about that in the Ascension symptom forecast this week. Definitely check that out. But we have Mars over here, who is very aggressive, very passionate, has, huge desires that he's willing to pursue at, no cost. Like he doesn't care what's going to stand in his way. He's going to get what he wants. And he's in Sagittarius, which means that he's aligning to his highest self. He is philosophically and spiritually inspired to push forward, to bust down whatever challenges and obstacles stands in his way, because he's downloaded with a new meaning and a new purpose that he has to pursue. And, the masculine energy of the collective has been getting a bad rap lately, especially I don't want to go into this whole rant because this is nor the time nor the place, but the whole toxic masculinity concept is really just an attack on the masculine energy itself. Okay. Yes, there's a toxic point of view to every single energy that we have, but the masculine energy out there, which by the way, is not suggesting your sex orientation at all. We all have feminine and masculine energy within us. The feminine has gone to the dark side. The feminine is stripping down into her warrior type self, where she's willing to fight for herself, for her love, for her passion, for her desires, for her worth. We have the masculine energy over here trying to recoup from this attack on masculinity. And the masculine energy is how we aggress ourselves here in this physical realm to actually go after what it is that we're being inspired to pursue. And that's exactly what Mars is doing. But because Venus is bumping into Mars in not the nicest aspect, like a semi-square is a tension point, it's a little bit of a conflict. Right now, we're really questioning our own worth and our own values and whether or not we're even feeling like we deserve to end up with the dreams and the vision and the goal that Mars is downright willing to pursue. And so there is this inner conflict going on, this tension point that has to happen technically, because without, totally beating ourselves down and breaking ourselves down, we never have an opportunity to rebuild ourselves in a better way. And this is what Venus being in retrograde is all about. So this is likely going to highlight for us some not so good feelings, especially emotionally, especially in our personal relationships, especially recognizing where it is that we're being called to pursue new dreams, goals, ambitions, and desires, that it's going to require our feminine energy to cut the cord with a lot of the people, a lot of the situations, the routines, the energy that we pour into what it is that we do to get money. Because let me tell you, the value system that we have within ourselves not only attracts the right partners to us, it also attracts money matters to us as well. And going through this, dark purge, if you will, we have to kind of strip away where the ego has led us into building relationships and skills and talents to make money that maybe we're not aligned with anymore. And because Mars is so, activated to pursue the new dreams, the new visions, the new desires that our higher selves are leading us to pursue, we do have this inner struggle of, oh, damn, I can't involve myself in this activity anymore, or I can't, pour my heart and soul into my career that I'm no longer aligned with, or I can't continue to pour into this relationship that isn't, returning the kind of energy and vibe that I'm pouring into it. There's a lot of realizations of what needs to die in order for a brand new structure and form to actually be rebirthed. So we end the day off with the moon making some not so nice aspects with both Jupiter and the true node. And let me tell you, the Venus and Mars aspect kind of sets us off in a tizzy, okay? And the moon in Libra, first bumping into Jupiter, wants to recognize where it is that we want more for ourselves, where it is we deserve more, where it is that we want more money, we want more love, we want more joy, we want more peace, we want more harmony, we want more stability. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. But like I had mentioned before, sometimes when we recognize all the quote unquote more that we want, what it does is it triggers and activates the perspective of scarcity and not having that. And when we recognize, oh my God, I want so much more for myself than what it is that I'm currently living, sometimes we get stuck in the, holy crap, I don't have anything. I'm not doing anything that I'm aligned with. I don't have the kind of relationship I want. I'm not making the kind of money that I want. And then we get stuck in that negative vibe instead of, that desperation vibe of, oh my God, I need this, I need this, I need this. Wanting more should inspire. It should not create lesser than energy. And this is what we have to be careful of with this particular aspect happening. And just as we're riding off of that realization, the moon bumps into the true node. And this has us questioning whether or not we're going to actually have what it takes, whether we have the resources that we need, whether we have the self-confidence, the self-esteem that we need in order to actually see our dreams manifest. And because we just got so caught up in the more that we want for ourselves, sometimes now we're trying to talk ourselves out of settling for less just so that we're not disappointed on not being able to actually reach a particular point in our path to actually receive the kind of prayers and blessings that we're praying for, all of that more that we're so focused on at this particular point in time. So you want to be very cautious with your energy. This, again, we want to stay in the shallow end of our thoughts and our emotions. We have the ability to pluck out the silver linings. So please, when you find yourself in a negative narrative, switch up that narrative very quickly, overwrite the program, and focus on all that you have, all that you're grateful for, and all that inspires you to be better without cutting yourself down in the here and now.